So today I'm going to show you how to create a ticket system using QR codes so you can, at the entrance of your events, scan tickets in and simply check in your customers in a few seconds. So the first thing you'll do is go into your ticket object and create two fields. One is enough, but I'm going to create two fields now to show you the two different ways we can store a QR code, either as an image file stored into your Google Drive or AWS or anything like this. And another way to store it is as a data string. The problem with the data string is that it's not working in emails. You can only display it on the page or generate a PDF from it with our PDF magic hook. So if that's not an issue for you, you can use the long QR code. The second step will be to work on my ClickFix webhooks. As I mentioned, we can generate QR codes two ways. The first way is using an image, generating an image from the QR code and then sending it to your drive. So this will be the one. The other one is just sending the data to a field as a data image, so I don't need any storage. I will field name also. So let's see, what do we need here? I need a token, which I can grab into my ClickFix after entering my API keys, of course. So I call this hook QR. Obviously, I need my string to QR code conversion, and that's pretty much it for this one. I have this, I can grab my token, which I will add here. Going back to my documentation, I need to know where I'm storing my QR code. So in this case, my ticket object is 10002, and I need my ID, obviously. This is a field where I will be storing my data. So in this case, I'm going to go into any ticket. And what I will do is do a simple inspect to get my field ID. So this one is F2325, and you can bet the other one is F2324 here right away. And that's the data I want to send into the QR code. So what will it be here? Well, simply, I will send the unique ID of the ticket, and I will turn that into a QR code. And you will understand why on the next step, this is enough. There are other ways you can do this, but this is really the simple, straightforward way to do it. Then I will need an upload box so I can use my storage because I want to send this to my Google Drive. So I will create a new one called QR. It will be a public link because we need it to display. Photo only is good. My path will be QR. Always add file name there. Activate it, one file, and I'm good to go. Now if I click here, I have my storage token here, and that is how I make the connection. For the file name, let's use unique ID again. That will be enough for case. Okay, so I'm gonna take all of this except storage, file name, and this field here is wrong. And that will be my second QR code. Now all I have to do is create a campaign around this. Just a new automation, and I will need two webhooks. The first will be going to be creating your file, And the second one will be used to create the data string. You should probably have goals here to check that the file was updated and just like send the webhook again, just in case, but that would never happen, of course. Okay, now that my campaign is done, let's try it out. I'm just going to my tickets, add to the QR automation. Now I should have two fields filled up now. One of them being this, which is my unique ID as a QR code, and this also will be my unique ID as a QR code. Same exact thing, obviously. Okay, cool. To display this image here in an email, just for your information, you'll need to use the HTML type of email, raw HTML email, so you can have it inside the code directly, like this, right? Where your QR goes. So yeah, that's something to know. So now let's make our scanner. The idea behind the scanner is that you would have it probably on a mobile, right? And you're getting people at the door, showing you their phone, or showing you a ticket on paper. So now I need two pages. The first page I'll create is just the scanner that I just mentioned. It's really, really, really the simplest possible form. It's a ticket form, unique ID, submit button, and that's really it for the page itself. Then I will go into setting and I will do some ClickFix magic in there in my custom code. Started with shortcodes as usual. This. First thing I will need to do is add my better field QR scan, which I will explain in a sec for you. The QR code scanner really need two things. The trigger anchor is what will trigger the QR scanner to pop up, right? So let's just call it #scan. And this is where I want to redirect, like what I want to do with the information I've scanned, right? So by default, you could like if the QR code is a URL and you do this, then it will simply scan and redirect to the URL once you have scanned the QR. But here, what I want to do is I want to fill up the unique ID field with the QR code, the unique ID field that's here on the page, right? So now that's this. Uh, I'm doing this because the QR will be variable, obviously, all the time, and I will need this as a variable later on. If you don't know ClickFix, you can find this in the documentation. And then I will fill my field unique ID with my variable. I will close my if anchor. And then the last trick to this page is if field unique ID not empty, I will actually submit the form automatically, which redirects me to the next page, which we'll be creating in a second. To get the ID, I just go here. And okay, so now all I need is my button. Actually, hidden because we don't really want to see it. My button scan, and if you remember, I was triggering this using my scan anchor. Okay, let's try it out. So now, if I go to my preview, I scan, and I go to my QR code. Okay, obviously now I don't have anything going on afterward, but as you can see, it scanned, it filled up the field, and it did what it was supposed to. Okay, so now the next step to create our thank you page, and I won't spend too much time on this, but the thank you page will basically be a dynamic template that will contain ticket information. So this will let you display, like each ticket will have its own page, and on this page you can display, customer first name, last name, ticket status to know if the ticket has been checked in already or not. Whatever you want can be on this page. The only thing I will really show now on this page is how you actually check the ticket in. So we can do it in a last demo before I leave you with this video ending. Submit button. This will be pre-filled with ticket unique ID, and then we'll need checked in status so we can check people in. And yeah, you would also have status so your staff can see it. Now all I need to do is to set my thank you pages. So this QR scanner is gonna go direct to my ticket URL. I'm grabbing because it's a ticket form, right? For my ticket URL, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna do it like this because this is a ticket form. I don't need to grab the URL directly, which I can't. So far, with Ontraport, I can only access the contact field, not the ticket field from the form. Now I'm gonna save this, publish, and as I publish, I will grab this, set it up as a thank you page here. Save, publish everything, and let's test again, shall we? Now that everything is published, I'm just gonna test my scanner on the same QR code, and this is my object here, which is awaiting check-in, right? Now I'm just gonna launch my scanner. Okay, the UID is here. It's processing the form. It's taking me to my thank you page. And as you can see on this page, I'm awaiting check-in. The unique ID is pre-filled. I'm just gonna check it in. And then I'm gonna scan again. And if everything went right, now my client should be checked in. Testing now. And now I'm checked in, right? So you could have all sort of rules to hide this if the client is already checked in or things like this, but this is really the gist of it. So enjoy.